So with deplatforming and censorship ramping up and these particular topics becoming more prevalent in our society today, we got some more bits from Joe Biden and the White House pertaining to these things. So what I want to do is show you two videos. The first one, Jen Psaki just flat out arguing for social media companies to act as one and censor people as basically one entity. So if you get banned on one platform, you get banned on all the others. Take a look at the video.
So a couple of the steps that we have, that could be constructive for the public health of the country are providing for Facebook or other platforms to measure and publicly share the impact of misinformation on their platform and the audience it's reaching. Also with the public, with all of you, to create robust enforcement strategies that bridge their properties and provide transparency about rules. You shouldn't be banned from one platform and not others for providing misinformation out there. Taking faster action against harmful posts.
That was something right there. And the second video I want you to watch is Joe Biden insinuating that Facebook is literally killing people.
What's your message to platforms like Facebook?
They're killing people. I mean, look, the only pandemic we have is among the unvaccinated. And they're killing people.
Okay, so both of those videos that I just showed you were remarkable, and for several reasons. So first of all, let's start with the Joe Biden Facebook is killing people video. So there's been a lot of talk about misinformation regarding COVID-19 and the vaccines. And this has been going on since COVID has basically begun, since we've really started to deal with it, And the thing that people are saying now is that it's getting so ridiculous with the COVID-19 information. As you saw there, Jen Psaki in the White House, they're basically arguing that if you spread any kind of COVID misinformation, you could be deplatformed off of any social media platform. And they're prodding for these big social media companies to effectively be the decider on how you get to utilize your free speech and how you get to engage in discourse. Now, we've seen it, in regards to other problems such as the fraudulent election claims, right? We saw at people that used to push or still do push those claims. Some of them may get deplatformed. We saw Donald Trump got completely eradicated from social media. I honestly don't even know the status of him being able to come back on certain platforms. I think he's been permanently banned from Facebook. I think Twitter put like a 2-year ban. I don't know the specifics of it. Don't quote me on any of that. It's most likely wrong. But his social media presence, at least at the moment, has been completely eradicated, and he has effectively been silenced as a result of that. Nobody's reading those shit blogs that he's put out. Nobody's going to read any letters that he did. No. If you don't have a social media presence, apparently even a former president can be silenced, and we've seen that, okay? And what's happening is something that's very scary, because they're pushing this narrative that this COVID misinformation is so bad, and it's gotten to a point where it's so rampant, and it's effectively killing people, as Joe Biden said there. Facebook is killing people, that we need to ramp up censorship and deplatforming and all that good stuff. Well, I got news for you. It's not good stuff. And what it is it's incredibly authoritarian, okay? No matter what you think about any kind of information that people are spreading, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, or whether it's just factually untrue, I believe as a matter of principle that people have the right to say whatever it is that they want to say and spread whatever kind of information they want to spread, right? Or misinformation, if you want to label it as that. And the conclusion that I come to is that I don't understand why. Notice the angle that they're taking here. They're deciding to crack down on the individuals that are spreading this supposed misinformation, which it is in plenty of cases. In fact, most cases, if not all of them, it's, COVID misinformation, right? People just not saying the correct things regarding the matter. But instead of coming up with resources and ways to combat this, because they want to get people vaccinated, right? Because if you're not vaccinated, you get COVID, you run the possibility of death, correct? Why not create resources to combat this supposed misinformation? to get actual information out there that's accurate. When it comes to administering the vaccines, a lot of states have adopted the lottery methodology when it comes to getting the vaccine. Okay, if you get the vaccine, you have a chance to win a certain amount of money. Well, how about just scrap that? How about just if you get the vaccine, you're guaranteed to get this. If you get the vaccine, if you get the shot, you're guaranteed to get that. And we'll do this for you. We'll give you this. There are many ways to incentivize people to go get vaccinated. And there are many ways to change the thinking of how people look at the vaccine, of how the vaccine is being portrayed. But it seems that our government is not surveying those options. They'd much rather just turn to the point of, okay, if you spread any kind of misinformation, we're just going to knock you off social media. We're going to erase your presence, okay, from a social media platform. We're just going to get you out of there completely so that you don't even have the chance to say anything that's false, period. And I don't like that. I really don't like that, because what that does is that it sets a precedent. And it sets a very unfortunate precedent for people that like to utilize these platforms. And it gives these social media companies and these big CEOs and oligarchs the ability to just basically expunge anybody from their platform that they would like to. And I don't think that's good going forward. I truly do not believe that's good going forward, because these people that run these social media companies, guys, in case you aren't aware, are some of the most corrupt people in society. You really want Mark Zuckerberg or Jack or whoever the fuck dictating who can say what and who can't say what? Because the thing is, this is all about power. And in case you don't see it, I'm here to inform you. It's all about power and having the power to keep the quote unquote people in check. Okay? They want the ability to police your speech. They do. They do, which is why they're making these moves and making these demands of these social media companies, as Jen Psaki just alluded to there, that if you get banned on Twitter, don't just get banned on Twitter. You all need to coalesce and ban you on Instagram, Facebook, and, TikTok, any other social media platform. They want you banned all the way across the spectrum. And the sad part about it is that the social media companies will most likely listen to this, and they will, in fact, make moves to do exactly what these politicians are asking them to do. And it never goes the way, if you are for censorship and you are someone that considers yourself on the left, it never goes the way that you think it should be. Now, as a matter of principle, I'm against it, but who challenges power the most? The left does. We do. And they would much rather get rid of you than some idiot espousing claims about fraudulent election and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's a huge power grab, and it's incredibly frightening. And I read an article about them saying they're going to monitor like text messages and data and stuff to try to see if people are giving out COVID misinformation and vaccine misinformation. I don't know how serious to take that, but knowing how corrupt and unjust this government can be, I'm going to take it very seriously and just prepare for the worst, because this is a huge power grab by the federal government, and they're giving these big tech companies the power to essentially wipe clean from their platform wherever the fuck they would want to. Okay? And that's not how I think that these platforms should be utilized. They should be a place where people can come and espouse whatever kinds of beliefs that they would like to. And if there are direct threats of violence or things that actually violate the terms and conditions of the app, then that particular post or whatever it may be can be taken down. And if you want to suspend a person for a couple days or so, do it and bring them right back. They don't need their entire presence to be eradicated from whatever platform it is that they reside on. With all that being said, this is incredibly harrowing. And going forward, I only see these types of situations getting much worse.